Today's Sunshine Note is titled, God's Got Plans. And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. Genesis 45, verses 5 through 7. I love how God works. Usually it is in unseen ways that would confound the brightest of minds. Sometimes we can look at our current situation and see a huge mess, when all along God is using a bad situation to prepare us for something great. Imagine Joseph's life. As a young man, he was hated by most of his family. When attempting to obey his father, he was thrown into a pit, wondering if his brothers would ever let him out. He was sold into slavery. He was sold in an Egyptian auction as if he were a cow or a goat. He was falsely accused of the same hideous crime that Shechem had committed against Joseph's half-sister. And his reward for remaining faithful to God? He was thrown into an Egyptian prison, where he was punished and ridiculed for his faith. Joseph could have been a bitter man, bent on revenge. Instead, he chose to allow God to soften his heart and use him as an instrument of forgiveness and peace. Instead of whining, Joseph praised. Instead of revenge, Joseph chose reconciliation. Instead of dwelling in the pain of the past, Joseph chose to stand up and look toward a brighter day, allowing God to make all things good. It is easy to let our circumstances get us down. It is easy to live in the past. But that's not what we are called to do. We are called to understand that God has good things in store for us. We are called to recognize that He wants us to succeed no matter the circumstance. Are there obstacles in your path today? Are there seemingly impossible situations that you don't think can ever be resolved? Stay faithful. Hope for the future, and most important, cling to the promise that all things work together for those who love God. And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve you for a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance. Genesis 45, verses 5 through 7. May God bless you today.